Hi, I'm Erin Pearson, Assistant Professor of English.
Hi, I'm Paula Patch. I'm a senior lecturer in the English department.
Hi, I'm Dan Burns, and I'm an assistant professor of English in the English department. Today we'll be talking about the English department's pandemic reading list.
We started talking in the department about how hungry people were for art, for literature, for any sort of guidance about this crazy human experience of going through a pandemic. And we realized, hey, we know a lot about that. And so we started collecting recommendations from department members.
We chose books that we not only knew we could offer to the people who are looking at our list, but also books that we were all currently reading or turning to understand it ourselves.
The kinds of contributions people made really focused on works that dealt with ideas of pandemics, of quarantines, of illnesses, of social challenge and disaster, but also resilience.
A lot of the fiction and nonfiction that's on the list is consoling, there to provide solace, but there are also a number of pieces that are there to alert and instruct. And I really like, again, this kind of prophetic quality, especially with respect to the speculative pandemic section, that alerts us to ways of thinking our way free of the problem, or perhaps thinking of solutions to the problem.
I'm really proud that we start the list with quarantine essentials because I know that there are a lot of recommendation lists right now, and we're all overwhelmed with things to read or think about. And I like that it starts with this very direct, hey, if you are overwhelmed with recommendations, here are 4 novels that are spectacular and are going to give you a lot to think about and reflect on and enjoy.
Really enjoyed the cabin fever fiction category just because of the isolation, seclusion, confinement scenarios that we all find ourselves in at the moment. And these scenarios can be pretty challenging. On the one hand, maybe turning to fiction or film for consolation. In some cases, we're turning to it as a kind of catharsis way to escape these perhaps virtual scenarios we find ourselves in when we read.
I think my favorite section of the list is the nonfiction disaster and resilience section. I like thinking about what we can learn from history and how we can think about human behavior and what we might imagine can come out of disaster. And I like imagining that what comes out of disaster is something like hope and resilience and love, which brings me to my second favorite section, which is love in the time of coronavirus. For people who think they don't have the attention span right now to pick up a novel and fully immerse, that you don't have to be reading a novel, that there's poetry, there's short fiction, there's short nonfiction. Sometimes it feels really good to start and finish a piece, just to know that you can set a goal and achieve it. There's a lot that we don't know, and there's a lot that's that we feel is unfinished right now. And so sometimes picking up a poem that's a page long or less and starting it and finishing it, you get that satisfaction of just completing something, and that goes a long way.
It offers, again, this momentary escape, this moment of pleasure, which feels that much more precious right now. We hope you enjoy the list.